Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how I focus on cleaning around the nails, actually getting in there, making sure this should be a part of your process when doing a pedicure. So I'm just going and removing any dead skin around, and I kind of want to do this while it's dry, because if you kind of do it while it's wet, it's gonna be you might end up hurting the client. So I'm just going around making sure I get off all the dead skin around the nail plate and also on the sidewalls, and then just to remove some of that skin from touching the actual nail, so you can get a better result if you're either applying acrylic or doing shellac or gel polish on the nail. So as you see, I'm just going in. I'm not even too sure what I have my drill at, but I'm just trying to remove all of that from touching. So I'm just going in and around. I'm not applying too much pressure, because again, if you do apply a lot of pressure, you can cause to cut your client, and you don't want to be doing that. It's a pedicure, it's supposed to be relaxing, but as you can see, all that dust and debris is coming off of the nail plate. And then on the sides you can see that extra skin. If you don't get it all, that's fine. When you put it in the pedicure, it will soften, and then you can just go in and clip around for that dead lifted skin. So I had already taken off her gel polish from before, and then she had acrylic on her big toes. I believe she does wait like 2 months to come in to get another pedicure, so at that point they're already grown out, they're already bad. Now toenails do grow a lot slower than your regular hands, so a month on a toenail doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, it seems like a lot, but in reality your toes do grow really slow. So I'm just trying to make sure that I get all of that skin off. I'm going to go in with a Cuticle Remover. And now what that's going to do is it's going to soften anything that's in there. It's also going to allow me to be able to dig and remove any debris. So while that's working, I'm going to go in on the other toe, make sure I get all that skin. So you see me trying to push it away from the nail plate, or from the sidewalls, and then just going around making sure I get that. Sorry, when it gets too dusty, you can't really see what you're doing, so you want to make sure you have your dust brush ready to go. And as you can see, I'm just trying to push it away, and then going in there, making sure I get in there. She usually has like her nails on the sides grow into the skin, so that's why I have to push back the skin a little bit to get around there. Just on the big toe, it's only on the big toe, and then she's very active. So like I said, she had acrylic on the big toe, but it's a clear acrylic, and that's why I don't extend her nails, her toes very long, because she lives a very active lifestyle, and she mostly wears chanclas, but she's always at the lake and things like that, and so injury to her nail, I don't want that to be a factor. So that's why we just end up just doing them as far as like her skin goes. And then so I'm going to apply the Cuticle Remover on that one while it sits, while I work on the other one. And I just want to make sure that it goes in there, things like that. So now you're going to see me go in, and I'm going to lift the nail a little bit just to make sure it's not stuck inside the skin, because sometimes they do grow inside the skin. And as you can see, I'm just pulling out all that skin buildup, all the soap scum, everything like that that builds up in between your toes. And so yeah, it kind of looks really bad. Like you would think like, oh man, this client doesn't wash their feet or anything. No, it's just really hard to get in there if you don't have the right tools. And everybody has that. So I'm just trying to make sure that we do clean on even the little bitty toes, but the little bitty toes don't have that. It's mostly the big toes. So I'm just going in, pushing back her cuticles with the orange wood stick, taking off whatever I didn't get off with that bit. I'm trying to round off the edges to make sure that they're not going in there and poking her skin, but it's actually really not working because of how short she ended up cutting her nails. She gets tired of like the big toes and she just starts cutting. So at this point I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna be here forever trying to file. So I ended up just cutting the toes. And like I said, she lives an active lifestyle, so we're gonna do her toes short as possible, as it will allow us. And again, she doesn't come in very often. It's maybe every 2 months to get a pedicure. Her feet on the bottom are not bad. Neither are her toes. I would suggest if you have ingrown toes or ingrown nails, I would suggest you go once a month, because you do need that trimming. You do need for me to take out or a nail tech to take out the buildup, because that can be really, really uncomfortable, and it can also cause like pus and things like that, and you kind of don't want that when you're dealing with your toes. So here I'm really trying. You see how it's like stuck on that other side. So you're about to see me pull like a big gunk out. Hold on, guys. I'm really trying to get it out. And there it goes. So I actually show you, and that's, you know, skin particles, soap scum, all that building up underneath there. And so that can also become uncomfortable too. So some people think they may have an ingrown nail, and then actually it's just that debris. So on that foot, I don't think she really had anything for me to cut. So I'm just going in with my orange wood stick, pushing back the cuticle, trying to get all that debris out of the way. Again, when you're doing this process, even if there's some shellac or gel polish left on the nail plate, that's fine. When you go in to prep your nails, it's gonna come off. So I went ahead and just clipped that, and I'm just clipping the cuticles real fast. She's already soaked her feet, so I'm just trying to get all like the extra skin that was left on the nail plate. So I don't go around clipping on all the toes, just on the toes that need it. And so as you can see, I'm just trying to clip. Remember, I was trying to pull it up from the sidewall, and I go in with this like file. It's got a file at the tip of it, but it's made to go in and file whatever I need, and that piece was just growing into her skin, so that's why I clipped that. Because as it grows out, it's just going to keep bugging her, and then it could grow into the skin, which could cause an ingrown nail, and then which would later cause pus. So I want to go in, as you can see, I'm going in with the sharp side to make sure I get all the debris out. I want to make sure that we get everything out that could cause anything, because you can leave all that in there, and if it stays wet and things like that, things can happen. So I'm just going in there, you know, even on the little toes, just trying to make sure I get all the debris, skin, things like that away from the sidewalls and off the nail plate. So I go in there, and it actually files down the sides as well, because it has those grooves on there. So it kind of, if there was any sharp edges or anything like that, that's what that does. It scrapes it down and files the sides. And as you can see, I'm just trying to get the skin that's over the nail plate and things like that. And I'm just really trying to pick up that side to make sure that it's not growing into her skin on the side of the sidewall. And then I just do it on the little bitty toes. Usually you really don't have very much on the little toes, so it's not that big of a deal. But it was mostly like the big toe and the pinky that had the extra skin on the nail plate. And then I'm just grabbing the extra skins on the side. Remember when I was telling y'all I was filing and I said y'all could just go back in and clip it? That's kind of what's going on here. And then I'm just rounding the little corners so that way they don't grow into the sidewalls, because that's what can happen if you clip them straight across and you leave them really pointy. It can be really uncomfortable for the client. So I'm just going in and clipping just a little side, nothing too crazy. Alright guys, well, I didn't put any of like me painting the nails or anything like that. I just wanted to show you how after or throughout the pedicure what the steps were. But if you did like this video, please like it and subscribe. And this is the final results. Thanks for watching.